Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and there's actually some things I want to talk about today. We have a new package that just came, and we finished our display stand down here, and I kind of want to talk about why I sold over 75% of my collection. So let's just kind of hop into it. So first thing we have is the package. Now, you might be wondering what it is, so let's just kind of open it up and I'll show you guys what I got. Alrighty, so we open this sucker up. Now let's go get all the kind of packing paper out of here. And bingo bongo, we got the Marvel Rivals 1/6 scale McFarlane Venom. And it looks pretty good. So yeah, and it also comes with a comic. It's a part of the, I think it was a Marvel Gamerverse right there. But man, look at that. That just looks really good. We're gonna have to read that comic too. I was thinking about doing some comic reviews, read them, kind of like talk about them, you know. I feel like that'd be a fun thing to do. But yeah, man, gosh, I'm so happy. When they announced this, I immediately knew I was gonna get it. And gosh, yeah, we're gonna have to do an in-depth unboxing and review on the channel. So yeah, you know, be on the lookout for that. Let's go put this guy somewhere for the time being. Alrighty, so I want to put him down here. We're probably going to have to move good old MODOK. So we're going to put MODOK just over here just for a minute. Then we're going to put the nice Venom here. We're going to be taking it out of the box and whatnot. But yeah, you know, maybe we can move good old MODOK over this way. Yeah, looks good, looks good. Man, just such a nice looking figure. Very happy to add this. It's big, but it's not as big as I thought. When they said 1/6 scale, for some reason I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger. But, you know, it's still a good size. You know, honestly, I could put that on my stand, I think. I think there's enough room. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure about that. So, yeah, you know, let's just move on to the stand now. Alrighty, so, we finished the stand. If you didn't see in my first kind of daily rambling collection video, I was working on a stand. This was completely pink, you know, it was fairly bland and boring, and we finally finished it. You know, it's not perfect looking, but I think it looks pretty good for what it is, you know. I mean, it's better than having like a pink whatever behind our Juggernaut and for our Spider-Man to stand on top of. So I had two different paints, right? I had a lighter gray, which was a satin paint, and I had a darker gray, which was a matte paint. And something I've noticed with the satin paint is it's kind of sticky when it dries. Now, I'm not sure if maybe I'm just putting it on too thick or something along those lines, but I decided to put the satin on first, which was the lighter gray, then put the darker gray on next, which is the matte paint. Because I didn't want the stickiness to get stuck to, like, Spider-Man or Juggernaut or any of these. You know, I just don't want paint on them. I want them to be in fairly good condition. So, and it looks alright. I would have preferred if the kind of broken bits was darker and it was lighter on the outside. But I have seen, like, pictures of concrete where it's actually lighter on the inside and darker on the outside. But for some reason, this doesn't look as good to me. So, but you know, I think it's fine. Maybe we can paint it again in the future when I get the paint that's not satin. So, but yeah, you know, I think it turned out pretty dang good. So the last thing I want to talk about is I sold all my stuff. I talked about it last, like my last little daily collection ramble video. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call these videos. So I'll think of a name if you guys have any suggestions. But I just want to talk about why I sold everything. And I only got $340. Now that seems like, oh, that's a lot of money, but I sold a lot of stuff. I had so many things, especially from my childhood. You know, I had some things I've hung on to for years and years, and I sold them all. And you might be wondering, like, well, why would you do that? And it's just, well, you kind of gotta just let go of things. I don't have enough room, you know, like this entire shelf here, this is like all I have now, you know. I mean, well, I have other things like inside of my figure drawer, and I also have another shelf on the other side of the room I could show you guys real fast. But yeah, here's some of my other stuff here. We got some Friezas over here. And down here we got some books and a Godzilla. So yeah, that's about kind of everything I have now. Obviously, like I said, I have the action figure drawer where I keep all of my articulated figures so I can use them for photos, because I take a lot of toy photos. And I feel like another thing that all collectors hate is just having to downsize. No collector likes to do that, but it's necessary. And I've kind of shown you all I had, and I mean, I don't have that many things, you know what I mean? I want to build up my collection again for certain things, because I had too many different collections, I had too many different interests, so I want to cut it down dramatically, you know, drastically, Jurassic Parkily. And I did, and I didn't want to, but I'm only sticking now to Marvel and Star Wars. I've talked about that in one of my other videos, and that's pretty much all I'm doing. Marvel and Star Wars. And I'm going to fill up this shelf here with some 1/10 scale. Then when this is filled up, that's going to be all for statues, you know. Maybe I'll put some up here. I put the Stormtrooper helmet here. This isn't new, but I had it on a different part of my room. So this guy is, I'm going to move him back over there. I'm just putting him up here for the time being, because he actually looks pretty good. So yeah. But, you know, maybe I'll put some 1/10 scale up there. But like I said, I don't want to get too much, you know. Though I do have some things coming in the mail. I have a 1/10 scale Ben Grimm, the Thing, that will be showing up. I'm very excited for that guy, because he's one of my favorite Marvel characters. We have another Marvel Rivals 1/6 scale. It's going to be the Hulk. I'm a tank player in Rivals. Playing tank is my favorite thing to do in that game. So yeah, I will be getting those. Then whenever they release the 1/10 scale Marvel Rivals statues, I will be getting most, if not all of those. So that will be very fun. I also have some more comics that are going to be coming. I still I haven't gotten the comics yet, but I'm having them on kind of a backlog, and I will be ordering those soon. I'm going to be getting a Thing comic, because like I said, the Thing's one of my favorite characters. And I think I'm either going to be getting Wolverine versus the Predator, or the second volume to this Fantastic Four series by, gosh, what was his name? I think this fellow right here, I believe. Right, is that his name? Oh, I don't know. I think that's his name. Oh, yeah, we got him right here. By Ryan North, Ivan Cielo? Chloe? Guys, I'm super bad at pronouncing names. But yeah, you know, we're gonna be getting some more. Well, this guy doesn't even work as a stand. I have him here, and he doesn't even work that good, you know. Honestly, I might sell this guy too eventually. I really like Star-Lord as a character, but man, I don't like his big, giant, clunky base, you know. If I did get a Star-Lord figure, I would kind of look for maybe a different one with the helmet, you know. But yeah, this guy, might sell him too. But another reason why I also sold everything is because you have to have priorities, right? You don't want to just get things all willy-nilly, like on impulse. And that's something I did. I got a lot of things just on impulse. And, you know, I wasn't too proud of it. I'm still not proud that I just got things. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'll get this or this or this. But, you know, maybe if I had a bunch of room, right? Because this room I have in here, this is the only place where I'm keeping stuff. You know, I share a room with my partner, and I don't want, you know, obviously you don't want to infiltrate their space with your space, you know, with all of your stuff. And you know, and I don't want to do that, right? My partner hasn't said anything about me having too much things, but it's just something that, you know, I want to be a little bit more considerate about when it comes to that. But one of these days, I will eventually and inevitably get my own entire like collection room one of these days. It's on my wish list, and when I do, it's going to be awesome, guys. We'll film videos in there and whatnot. We'll do all sorts of cool stuff in there, unboxings, you know. I'll be able to play Marvel Rivals. If you guys want to see me play Marvel Rivals, you know, if you'll leave a comment down below, I could do some Marvel Rivals type videos. Really like that game. I've said that multiple times. But yeah, you know, just downsized. That's kind of why I did it. I didn't really give too much of a direct answer, but, you know, hopefully that's a good enough answer for you guys. And, you know, I will be getting more stuff. So, sold most of it, but I'll probably be getting getting back that 75% with other things that I really, really want and really, really kind of care about, you know? So yeah, anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned, because I think I'm going to be doing obviously an unboxing video on the Venom and review. We're also going to be dusting off all my shelves, and all of my things, so stay tuned for that, because it's getting a little dusty. So yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. See you guys in the very next video. Have a fantastic day, and bye-bye.